What's going on, YouTube? Alright, so this is going to be start of part 3 on the Tahoe. I managed to get all the windows, all the seals, all those out. I still got to take the grill, the bumper, the headlights, and the rear bumper off to finish up getting ready for the color. I pulled it outside yesterday, rinsed it off, got everything clean on it. I got the windows are out. I'm gonna put them somewhere else. I just ain't done nothing with them yet. I just pulled everything apart yesterday. All the door handles are out, the mirrors are off, the seals are out. The only ones I did not take out were these, and that's because you gotta actually seal them back in. So tail lights are out, back hatch handle is out, third brake light's still out from where I painted the roof, and it's got some dirt on it, but don't mind the water spots. That's just where I sprayed it off yesterday. But I'm gonna wait to paint the whole thing to actually clip and buff the whole Tahoe, roof included, so that way we got everything covered at least. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I have finally figured out how to do some of the editing and stuff on my computer, so maybe these next couple of videos should be a little bit better. I do realize they need to be a little more in depth. Sorry, like I said, still working on it. I will get there, just takes time. Let's see. I've got, yeah, see, everything's out. Did run into a little more rust that I think I'm gonna have to take care of down in there that I didn't know about really, but yeah. So probably gonna take care of that too while I'm at it, just so I know my peace of mind that it's done. I've got to order some more kill mat off of Amazon. I'll put the description in the link below for it. Just gonna deaden the doors, that way all the vocals and stuff, when we get ready to do the full audio upgrade on it, it doesn't actually sound like crap. I love the way my truck sounds. If anybody's heard it before, gets down pretty good for what it is. It's nothing but roughly 4,000 watts total on everything, but we'll do a walk around it one day. So I think today I am going to go ahead and try to get the bumpers off, the grill, the headlights, the rear bumper, all the stuff that I got to take off before I go ahead and start sanding. And depending on how far along I get with that, I may start sanding on it today. I am going to put the GoPro on to record, since I figured out how to speed up the video and stuff in my editor, so I don't have to have a long drawn out hour or so worth of body work and sanding and all that stuff on video. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and open the garage and get this thing backed out backed out into the yard, and start working on these bumpers and the grill and the headlights and stuff. Headlights take like 2 seconds to pull out, but I may just pick you guys up, just for lack of having some extra content. I may pick you guys up while I'm pulling these off. That way you can kind of get an idea how it's got to be done if you've ever got to do it yourself. Other than that, I'm going to get set up and I'm going to pick you guys up. At least put the GoPro out. I'll get a little more footage on my phone too during the whole process, but I'm going to get everything set up and I'll pull you back up. Sorry guys, forgot to pick you up, but obvious, take your grill off, pop your hood, pull your plastic piece off here, pull your little tabs out of it. Best thing to do, I just take my fuse box cap, flip it over, and put all my odds and ends and stuff in there, all your pins for your headlights. if you got a Chevrolet, you know, pull the 2 pins out here on the round body, pull the pins up, headlight slides out. Bottom has the little clip right here that holds it in. Pop that out, slides out, pull your connectors out, and that's it. You have two 15 mil bolts up top on the bumper, here and here. I'm already starting on that one. Grill, after you get those pieces off, this one didn't have all the mounting points correctly, but you have one here, you have one bolts in right there, and then you have another that bolts here, and you have 2 twist tabs on a round body. You have the twist tabs, screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver tabs that you push it in, you twist to lock it in place. You do it here, 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 and here, and then a screw goes in right here, and your 2 ends of your grill clip in right here. Now, as far as the bottom brackets go, not 100% on the round bodies, but pretty sure, and I'll let you know obviously as I'm doing mine, but take that bracket off, which that one's actually rotten and broken, so the bumper may come off a lot easier. And I do have new brackets for it as well. Guys, this thing came from Florida. It sat for about 5 or 6 years in Florida. Was used to put a boat in and out of the water in the Gulf of Mexico, actually. So, yeah, it's got a little rust towards the back. Not bad. Most of the frame is surface rust anyway. And yeah, so, you know, odd and end stuff, like you see this, I'm going to end up getting a new condenser, new oil cooler, all that good stuff. Just because all this stuff's old and worn out, man. It needs to be replaced anyway. So I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be eventually. I mean, it's a process. Like I said, you know, my truck took all. I'm still working on it, and I've had it for 8 years tinkering with it. As far as just odd and end stuff, doing it when I can, doing it when the money's right, doing it. You know, I never said I was a baller and never will be a baller, but you know, I just kind of do it when I can do it, or if I can do it at the time. And that's honestly why I've learned a lot of the stuff I have. You know, I just decided it was just not in the budget to pay somebody to do it when I could learn how to do it myself and save so much money. So that's kind of where I'm gonna go with this channel. See if I can't help somebody out. I know there's a lot of videos on this stuff, but maybe I can show you some kind of trick that you didn't know, or that somebody else didn't know, and you can find out from me. Who knows? But I'm gonna set this up and I'll do the little time-lapse trick on it, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, got the front bumper off. I got the video on the GoPro so I can do the time lapse on it, grill, the whole 9 yards, headlights, everything's out. Getting ready to work on the back bumper and the windshield wiper on the rear. Go ahead and take it off. Once the back bumper's off, and I may try to take that push button to let the window up off as well, just so I ain't got to worry about the tape not covering it and it getting painted and yada yada yada. But I may try to take this windshield wiper off. Definitely going to take the arm off one way or another. But I may see if I can't take the piece that's actually bolted to it. this piece here. Might see if I can actually get that off. That way I got a easy canvas to work across, and possibly this as well. I'll have to take a look at it. I hadn't looked at it yet. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was really just gonna tape up over it, but I think it'll be a much better result. Now the rear bumper I'm not too familiar with, but we'll get under here real quick, check it out. All right, so it looks like pretty simple. You got 2 bolts here. Yeah, guys, like I said, came from Florida, so it's pretty rusty. But it's mostly surface, so it's a lot easier to get rid of surface rust than it is to get rid of anything else. I am me and Sean, which you guys will meet here soon if you don't already know Sean. We are going to be replacing this track bar, panhard bar, whatever you want to call it, factory track bar, with a dome tubing and heim joint setup just to kind of stabilize it a little better. This thing really wiggles a good bit going down the road, and I really don't like it. I have replaced the sway bar links and everything, and I'm still not happy with the way it travels. So when we do the lift and everything, we're going to readjust all that and take care of all that too. Really, this thing needs a good pressure washing under here. There's a lot of sand from Florida, but this is the only rot on the bumper itself, like the chrome part, which I am getting another bumper, but for the time being, we're gonna just paint this one black, just to kind of get the look of it. I can get one locally for about 80 bucks, so I'll probably just do that. But I'm gonna go ahead, I've got the GoPro sitting over there on the stool, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these loose and get all the lights and stuff out of it, so I ain't gotta worry about those. And I will I'll have the footage on the GoPro so you guys see that, and then I'll pick you back up on the phone once I get done. All right, guys, not really sure when the GoPro filled up, but I had a 64 gig memory card on there, so thought I had about 40 minutes left worth of recording time. Guess not. I'll get another chip or just download all that stuff and get rid of it off the chip, put it on the computer. But I got the rear bumper off, and man, is there a lot of sand in this thing, dude. I mean, just red mud, sand, just crap everywhere. It's a little worse than I thought, but there again, you know, it's probably the stock bumper. Got a Canadian made in Canada. So either the bumper is Canadian and has been replaced, or this GM was actually built. This one, well, yeah, this bumper was built in Canada. You see, chrome, Flexing Gate, Canada company, made in Canada. It's pretty cool. But other than that, guys, got all the bumpers off. That's my tag light wires hanging there. Don't mind them. I am actually thinking about maybe leaving this thing alone today, get home tomorrow, and pull the pressure washer out and kind of get some of this stuff under here cleaned up before I start painting. Man, this thing's in a little rougher shape than I had anticipated, actually. Frame wise, I mean, it's all surface from what I can tell. A few little flake chips here and there, and I may get one of the needle punch bits for the air hammer and chisel away at some of this stuff, but at the same time I may just hit it with a wire wheel, and what comes off comes off. This thing ain't gonna be like my truck. I'm not gonna have the frame to the point that if you wanted to judge on the frame, you know, I mean, it's not the greatest in the world, but it's definitely not the worst. It's got a few runs in my frame anyway, but that was all done over 6 years ago, and it's still holding up strong, so not really worried about it. We are going to do a 1K chassis paint on this, so it should stay even longer than my paint, because my paint's actually a single stage that's under my truck on the frame, along with the axles. Everything's a single stage paint. That was before I dipped into the base coat, clear coat. So I will, I'm fixing to get this thing moved out of the way so I can get these bumpers out of here. That one's completely junk to me, so I'm not gonna be using it. What's up, guys? All right, so I am gonna call it a night tonight. I just wanted to get the bumpers off and all that, just get it kind of ready to go for tomorrow. I'm gonna start sanding on the whole body and get it ready. I got, like I said, probably 95 to 97% body work done. There might be one or two little spots that I missed, but to be honest, I'm not a perfectionist, and it's not going to come out like a perfection paint job, because this is truly my second full paint job. The first one was the truck. I have done color match pieces and stuff with a single stage paint before, but never anything this in depth. Just trying it out new and bringing you guys along with me for the learning process. And if anybody that watches any of my videos has any kind of insight that they see me doing wrong, or they know an easier way to do it, or anything like that, man, I'm wide open for comments, for anybody telling me what's a better way, what's an easier way to do things. I'm sure there are things I'm going about it pretty rough, and a lot faster ways to do things. But my next order of business is to figure out if I have to come down. See if it'll focus. Yeah, you can kind of see the cracks in it. Can't really see them on camera, but like, it's cracks in the paint. Yeah, there you go. You can see some there. And when I sprayed the roof, there were a couple of spots like this in the roof too. But when I first sprayed it, I sanded it with 400 grit, and I didn't think you'd see it, but you could see it. Now, base coat is not a builder, is not a filler, is not a high build primer. which is why I'm gonna do some research before I go down to it and go take this to bare metal. But I want to make sure that if I were to sand this with 400 grit and prime over it with a 2K primer, I have a Nason brand 2K primer, urethane primer that I'm going to use on it before I use my base coat, which is what I went back and did on the roof, and it turned out well, minus all the dust and stuff that's on it right now from sitting in the shop and being outside where the pollen is and all. And most of that is pollen. So that's one thing I'm dealing with in here as well. Hoping it's not going to be a problem when I go to paint the vehicle itself with the pollen. I don't think it's going to be. We've got to figure out my lighting and stuff in here too before I go to painting on the sides, because I got some pretty good shadows here. But for the most part, I think we're pretty much done for the night, and I am about to go put these steaks on the grill, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow.